Hey, this is part 1 of in-depth JavaScript series where we are going to learn everything in detail about JavaScript. In this video, we are going to learn what is JavaScript and what is the version history of JavaScript. Until now, how many versions are released in JavaScript? Initial version was released in 1997 and the latest version is ES25. Initial version is ES1. So what are the different changes that have came in these versions? So we are going to learn everything in detail there, and before and after JavaScript, how the websites have changed, how the JavaScript has transformed the websites. So we are going to take simple examples and I will show you in detail. So how the web page loads in the browser. So whenever you are opening Amazon website or Flipkart website in the browser, what happens internally? We are going to learn everything in detail about that, and what type of applications can be built by using JavaScript. We can build front end applications, websites, mobile applications, back end applications. So what type of applications can be built by using JavaScript and how we can build that? So we are going to see everything in detail about this. Let us move into our first topic, that is what is JavaScript. So JavaScript is one of the programming language. It is similar to other programming languages, but it is used to create the dynamic and interactive web applications. So what is meant by this dynamic and interactive web applications? I will show you this with a simple example. Here I have opened Amazon website. If you carefully see this, this is the hamburger menu. I am clicking on this hamburger menu. It has opened this left side menu. When I click on this Fire TV, it is opening another menu. When I click on this cross icon, it is closing this menu. And when I click on add to cart, it is instantly updating this cart to 11. When I click on this delete, it is deleting the item from the cart. When I click on this add to cart, it is adding it. So there is no reload happening in the browser. If you carefully observe this, when I am clicking on add to cart, there is no reload that is happening in the page and it is updating this cart. So everything is happening dynamically and instantly. So this is called as the dynamic and interactive nature of a website. How this is happening? This is because of JavaScript. Internally, the JavaScript code is there. So due to this, it is happening instantly. JavaScript is called as interpreted language. Why this is called as interpreted language? Let us say you have written some code. You have written 4 lines of code or 10 lines of code here. So JavaScript engine will execute this code line by line. So JavaScript engine will execute this line by line in the browser during the runtime. There is no compilation step here. So JavaScript engine will execute the code line by line during the runtime in the browser. That's why it is called as interpreted language. So JavaScript is called as dynamic typed language. Let us say you have written code like this. Let x is equal to 10 and let y is equal to 20. So here JavaScript engine will find out the type of this variable at the runtime. Here we are not specifying any type. So JavaScript engine will find out the type of this variable as number during runtime. So that's why it is called as dynamic typed. This is the interview question that can be asked from this topic, that is what is JavaScript? JavaScript is interpreted dynamic typed programming language which is used to create the dynamic and interactive web applications. When you get this question in the interview, tell them this answer and provide the practical example by opening the Amazon website and show the dynamic and interactive nature and tell them how it is interpreted and how the dynamic nature of the JavaScript is there. We have learnt about what is JavaScript. Now we'll learn what is the version history of this JavaScript. This is the version history of JavaScript. So this is not much important topic, so I will not go deep into this topic. So initial version was ES1. It was released as official version in 1997, and ES2 with some minor updates, ES3 in 1999 with some features like regular expression, try-catch block, and string handling. So these two features are most used nowadays. And ES5 was released in 2019 after 10 years. They have added strict mode, JSON support, and better array features. Next thing is ES6. So this is one of the most important topic. So this will be very important in terms of interviews. Most of the modern features of JavaScript and powerful features of JavaScript were introduced in this year. So it includes let const, arrow functions, classes, modules, and so on. We will be discussing more into this. We will be going deep into this in our next videos. So after this 2015, every year they have introduced a new version with some new features. So this is all about the version history of this JavaScript. Now we will move into before and after JavaScript, how the websites have changed. Let us try to understand this with a simple example. Let us consider this is a browser and this is a server. In this browser, I am opening a web application. This web application has a text field called as username, and here I have a button called as submit. And consider this is a server. So whenever user clicks on submit button, previously the page used to be reloaded, and during this time the page will be sent to the server. Now server will validate this form and it will return a new page with errors. So previously, whenever user performs some action, the page will be reloaded and it will be sent to the server, and server will validate the form, a server will validate the details, and it will return the new page with the updated info. Whereas now the reload will not happen. Directly the JavaScript will execute the code in the front end itself and it will return the errors instantly. Whenever user is typing something, the results will be shown. The errors will be displayed here. Consider Instagram. Whenever user likes the post or comments on the post, the comment will be displayed instantly and the like button will be changed to pink color if you notice there. So this is the power of JavaScript. This is how the websites used to behave before and after JavaScript. Now we will see what type of applications can be built by using JavaScript. Nowadays JavaScript is used anywhere because in our ecosystem we can create any type of applications. It can be web applications, mobile applications, backend, desktop applications, even IoT device applications as well. So in web applications we can have different options: React.js, Angular, Vue.js, JavaScript directly. And if we wanted to create the mobile applications, we have different options like React Native, and we have Ionic. If you are an Angular developer, you can easily code in Ionic. And we have some pure JavaScript based options like native script as well, native script and Cordova. So by using this, we can easily build the mobile applications as well. And we can create the backend applications as well by using Node.js. So Node.js will provide a runtime environment where we can run our JavaScript code so that we can create the backend applications as well. And we can create desktop applications as well by using Electron and NWJS. So we can create desktop applications. Some of the famous frequently used desktop applications are like VS Code and Slack. These are created by using JavaScript. And even in IoT devices, we can use Node.js and Raspberry Pi where we can run our JS code. Now let us learn how the web page loads in the browser. What does the web page contain? The web page will contain HTML file or HTML resources or CSS and JavaScript. So we need to find out when these three things are loaded. Let us suppose I am requesting for Amazon website. I am opening for Amazon.com in the browser. Let us say this is a browser. This is a server. This server will contain all the resources like HTML files, CSS, JavaScript files or resources, whatever are needed to load this Amazon.com. Okay. Now once we request Amazon.com in the browser, this browser will send a request to the server. Now the server will return the response to this browser. It will return the HTML file, document.html or index.html to the browser. Now what this browser will do? It will download whatever the HTML file it is getting as a response from the server. Now it will download it in the temporary cache or some temporary memory, and it will parse this HTML. It will not directly understand this HTML, so it will parse the HTML. So during parsing, if it finds a link style sheet, then it will get the CSS resources and downloads it parallelly. So once it finds the CSS link style sheet, it will download the CSS file parallelly. And during this parsing, if it finds the script tag, then it will download the respective JavaScript resources. It will download this and it will store all this in a temporary cache or temporary memory. Now once it has downloaded the HTML, CSS and JavaScript resources, HTML will be used for structuring the page. It will provide the structure for the web page. So where the heading tag should be there, where the div should be there, where paragraph should be there, where the image should be there. These all things will be provided by the HTML. Now CSS will be used to style the web page, like what color it has to use, what dimension it has to use, what position it has to use, all these things. Now JavaScript will be used for providing the interactivity or dynamic behavior to the web page. So in this way, HTML, CSS, and JS will be downloaded, and it will provide the structure, styling, and dynamic behavior to the web page.